Maybe you've had the unfortunate experience of being hit by a car that you had the reaction of, I didn't see him, he came out of nowhere, but maybe it was a big car in a bright color. Sometimes we have trouble seeing the things of the most obvious. In Jesus' day, in John chapter 11, there was a group of people who heard about the resurrection of Lazarus. It seemed like it was very obvious. It was a big thing, and yet they could not see it, and they could not really see who Jesus was. The Bible tells us in John 11 that many of the Jews who saw that they believed. But then in turn, they went to the Pharisees. Remember, these are the enemies of Jesus, and they told the Pharisees about what had happened regarding the resurrection of Lazarus. These people had this kind of reaction. So the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered the council and said, "What are we to do? For this man performs many signs. If we let him go like this, everyone will believe on him, and the Romans will come and take away both our place and our nation." Now, there's something very ironic in what they say. Perhaps you've seen it before in reading the passage. They actually admit that Jesus performed the miracle. They called it a sign. In fact, they not only admit that Jesus performed that miracle regarding Lazarus, but they said he performs many signs. They don't deny it. It's too obvious. They know they can't deny it. But the problem was it interfered with who they were and their place and their position and their power. Jesus said that we should seek first the kingdom of God. If we don't seek first the kingdom of God, something's wrong with our priorities. Something was obviously very wrong with the priorities of the chief priests and the Pharisees, because even though they could see the truth, believe it apparently, they refused to obey it. Why? It interfered with their place. It interfered with their power. It interfered with their position. And any time we see the truth, but we refuse to believe it, or we might even believe it, but we refuse ultimately to obey it because it interferes with what we like to do, or our place, our power, there's something wrong with our priorities. Let's give Jesus his place. Let's give Jesus his power. Let's give Jesus his position as our King.